Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life with our review of Mercy and Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Let's go.
What the?
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court,
a judicial system powered by artificial intelligence. With crime rates soaring, lawmakers voted for Mercy. By acting as judge, jury, and executioner, Mercy keeps our city safe.
You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife.
Oh my God.
Your guilt must fall below the 92% threshold. The city's municipal cloud is at your disposal. Every camera, cell phone, and database. You must gather evidence to exonerate yourself. Based on available evidence, I have already judged your probability of guilt to be 97.5%. Should you be found guilty, you will be executed in precisely 90 minutes.
No.
Your trial will now commence.
No.
Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life. I'm Pajama. This one is Patrick. Say hey.
Hey everybody, glad to be here.
This one is David. Say hey to the people. When I point to you, say your name. David? David. Oh no. Say hey.
Hey everybody, good to be with you.
All
I've got
right.
to restart my machine and I'll be back with you live here in just a moment.
Okay.
Can't hear a word. So I'll be right back.
I will start with my review of Mercy, or should I say Minority Report 2026.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
But not as good. This stunk. This is like War of the Worlds Part 2. I mean, just the premise is kind of crazy that they would execute you without due process and on the flimsiest of evidence. I was kind of like, what? You get executed for, and you can't even have a lawyer present, and you have to try and defend your case in 90 minutes? That's wild. And knowing how images can be manipulated, video can be manipulated, I was like, this is crazy and dumb, and I don't know. Chris Pratt, his movies aren't always the best. Rebecca Ferguson is always great. I mean, she just kills it every time. So I liked her. And I didn't quite like how it ended either. I was like, damn, they gonna mess it up for another black woman? This is some bullshit. This is some conservative bullshit, and I don't like it. So that's my take. David, you back with us, buddy?
I am back with you. I can hear you. I don't know what goes on with the gremlins inside this machine. But anyway, I didn't see this at the theater, as most people in the United States didn't. But I'll say this. I actually liked it. There was a piece of Minority Report with this. I think with the AI aspect of things, it's very timely to talk about that. Hey, everybody, if you don't know the Big Ten, and I'm not talking the conference with more than 10 teams in it, I'm talking about the Bill of Rights. This movie points out just how sacred those are, how important those are, and in the sense of lots of crime and expediency and an over-reliance on technology and machines, we can have a horrifically flawed system. I thought this was really good. And one other thing with this, we watched a absolutely terrible movie with Ice Cube and an updated version of War of the Worlds.
Horrible.
The same kind of format where the lead character is basically sitting in a chair the whole time, and they're using technology to like connect that person to the world. There have been some other films that are like that, and it is more like real life than we've seen before. But I thought this was a great example of how to do it. The switcheroo, I thought there were some things in this. Man, if you go to AA, you'll never look at your sponsor quite the same way again. But I actually was impressed with the switcheroo and the things going on with it. I thought this was a far smarter movie than I would have thought when I went into it. Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
Pat, what are you thinking?
This is one of those rare times, Pam, when you and I are going to agree on this. Chris Pratt is the
Oh,
worst of the Chris's. He's not Chris Hemsworth. He's like the worst. And it felt very driven to me. Of course, we have a cop who's going to be tried for the thing he promoted. But of course, because he knows the system, he's able to figure out, oh, look, I'm innocent. Here's how I figured it out. And I've got cop friends I can call that'll do what I need them to do, And I mean, it felt very privilege laden throughout the whole of it, because if he didn't know that his partner's got a cool quadcopter that she can drive around all over town, and and the fact that they're trying to make it seem like, oh, look, AI can be taught to be good, but maybe not quick enough for the people that died before. But for this cop, he's gonna be okay. Don't worry.
Right. And I was like, why wouldn't the cops help him if he's one of them? What? They have to make the system work. So
first off, the most unbelievable thing in the entire film was that there was a cop on trial for anything. For me, I was just like, science fiction, got it. Okay, go on. I mean, I don't know. And maybe my own personal prejudice are slipping into this, but I did not. I just felt it was a bad retread with an apologistic kind of message from Minority Report without any of the good parts. Minority Report, they figured out that, hey, this is not good, doing away with these particular things. A good Philip K. Dick book or a short story, actually. And versus this, which was just like, and this felt like a propaganda piece to me personally. But
and didn't it feel like, and I don't think it was, but it felt like it was made during the pandemic. And it had that whole kind of vibe of not many people in each scene, one or two people in each scene. And, it was kind of, the action was pieced kind of together. But one thing about this, the director is the same director who did Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Timur Bekmambetov.
Oh, wow.
I love that guy, and I love that movie. But
it's just ridiculous
so
enough.
Historically accurate.
Rare kind of
maybe it is, maybe not. You don't know.
It's a rare miss for him. So definitely, I say, for.
Well, one last thing though, because you made a comment there, Pam, when you said that it felt like the pandemic.
Yeah.
Increasingly, though, I will say this is an aspect of the movie that shows its timeliness and, dare I say it, even its intelligence. Increasingly, because of this thing right here, this thing that we use to get into our computers and our banking and our tickets,
that was a good point.
Now here we're using technology for the three of us to have a lot of fun together. And I've only been in the same room with Pat once in my life, and I love the guy to death. So there's a positive aspect to the technology piece, right? But I think this film, though, showed we are so removed. We're sitting in chairs and we're distant and we're not physically next to each other. And it makes it so even police who should be taking care of police because, they're police. Hey, let me find the extra shiv or the bullet to throw somewhere to help make sure that you get off for killing your wife, because we know that happens sometimes. That's not even there with this. So, but I think there is something to be said with that separation of the characters.
It also speaks to how these things can be manipulated and used.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was kind of like, ugh. And it just, the way the story played out didn't make sense. It was like 3 different movies in one. If they had went with one story, I don't want to give it away what happens, but
there were some side trips.
Yeah, it was like, what? So there's the wife thing, and then there's this thing,
the daughter thing,
and then the daughter thing, and then there's this other thing, and it's like, and you could figure that out in 90 minutes. All of that. I was like, come on now. That if it didn't have that clock on it, it might have made made sense, because then he can piece through stuff. But that didn't make sense. And the whole, okay, you're guilty until proven innocent. How did you just violate everything about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights?
As if that's not the direction we're headed.
Calm down, everybody. Yeah, that's where we're heading.
I don't know. I didn't like it. So
they'll be knocking on our door soon enough for us having this conversation. But anyway.
Anyway, it's just not executed well, I feel like. So definitely maybe a better actor. I don't know. And so go and check out Mercy, but you got 2 no's on this panel.
No's.
Okay.
Hard no.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, the second season of Daredevil Born Again. We're back. Let's take a look.
This has gotten so out of hand. Can you stop him?
Not alone.
I hope you can walk, because I'm not carrying you. So what's next?
I'm gonna take this city back. This city can't go unchecked. I feel liberated,
Okay. Pat, you're a resident Marvel expert. Talk about season 2, episode 1.
What a great start. I'm just going to tell you the bit where they talk about bloody violence was absolutely accurate. This was fast moving. The only thing I didn't like was the whole idea that they're hiding out, which in this day and age doesn't feel like it was very realistic. Of course, we're also talking about a blind man who can hear things coming through his sonar sense. So a certain suspension of disbelief has to occur. I got to tell you, Charlie Cox is one of the better superheroes as far as what he shows versus the comic books. He's got that dark, tortured, kind of self-loathing, but I've got to make things right. It's my duty. Kind of like Spider-Man originally started out with, but without the darkness. Spider-Man was just, I got to make things right because I owe it to my uncle who died because I didn't do the right thing. Driven, and his is driven through, I can't remember if they did much with it in the first season. Did a lot of things with his Catholic faith guilt, what I should say. Man, I do love these series. They are the darkest, perfect superhero thing that you can see. That they're not all just shiny, perfect paragons of truth, justice, and the American way. This is a guy who is doing what he's got to do to make it right, and he knows that he's not perfect. He knows he's flawed. It's built into the entire character. Every bit of this. No notes.
Okay, I got a bunch of notes. A bunch.
I can tell by the faces you were making through the whole thing. Keep going.
I just am not jazzed about this season so far. I thought they did an amazing job. Amazing job the first season. I just thought it was incredible. And I thought that it was something that I could, even though I hadn't watched the Netflix versions, I was able to follow it and make it, and it made sense. I just thought this one kind of fell flat, and I watched it like 3 times because I was like, I can't go into this and not really give it a chance with this one on there. But I felt like, 1, yes, why are they hiding out? 2, it was a lot of cussing and a lot of F-bombs. And I know that it's too much, though. It was like, come on now. You all, and you're lawyer. You don't have to use all them F-bombs like that. And I didn't. It's just something.
And you're younger than me. You can't be like that. Stop it.
I know. I say an F-bomb.
Okay, Boomer, just go
myself.
Yeah,
but whatever. I don't want to hear my superheroes and the people around them throwing it out. Now, I don't like that. Too much. It was too much. But I'll tell you what I did like. I like that even though it is a part of the Marvel universe, it really just is a New York story, a New York City story.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
And I know we're gonna have some of the Defenders coming in. I thought the final scene was pretty cool. I didn't understand it quite though, because I don't know why that would have happened from last season. I don't know. It didn't make sense, but I was happy it happened. And I don't understand BB quite yet. I'm kind of trying to figure out, is she playing both sides? And that's very, very dangerous. But I did like the phone call, and I did like Matthew Lillard. And he's kind of being a villain in a lot of things lately, and I'm digging it. I'm like, Scooby-Doo
for a long time.
I mean,
he was the bad guy on screen. Cool. This is not a new look for him.
Yes, kind of.
Other than Scooby-Doo.
But where's Freddie Prinze Jr.? Because when that guy's around,
Freddie Prinze to come back too. Wouldn't that be a great?
They were
what would he be?
Oh my God. For you youngins, Matthew Lillard played Scooby-Doo in the Scooby-Doo live action movie.
Shaggy.
He was Shaggy.
Shaggy, I'm sorry. Years ago. So I would love to see. That would be fun. And I especially loved who was on that phone call that he made. That was a great part of the MCU. I'm not going to say who it was, but
right.
That was like the redeeming part of the show for me, is that person. But I kind of am like, I got to watch some more because I'm not jazzed 100%. David, what about you?
Well, I love Daredevil from the Netflix. I just thought that was fantastic.
Yeah,
and I want to watch that again. Now, I will say, if this was, Daredevil Reborn, they kind of, hey, that was that show. We're going to do something a little darker. We're going to get a little grittier here.
And I don't know how you could get darker than the Netflix ones. Sheesh.
Well, this one did, because we lost, Augie so quick.
Foggy right in the first season, yes.
It's like, man, I love you. But I love Deborah Ann Wall. I think that's her name. She was great in True Blood and continues to be part of this. I enjoy it. I do see what you're saying, and I was kind of taken aback by the levels of profanity. This isn't your normal Disney kind of thing. But that said, I think this is a wonderful show. It's gritty. The lead actor just does a superb job in bringing Daredevil to life. He's a guy that you rally around. And I didn't know this until I watched the podcast show after that, where he and the villain were talking. I didn't know that man was a Brit. His accent is perfect.
Oh, Charlie Cox,
Yep.
Perfect standard American diction. He does a superb job. Probably a little too good for someone who grew up in Hell's Kitchen, but nonetheless.
But he's a lawyer.
He's great.
Yeah.
But man, keep watching this. I definitely want to keep watching the show. Keep a bar of soap by you. It's not necessarily for the kiddies, but it's a fun, well done show. Bring it on. Let's go.
Yeah, I wonder how many of the Defenders will make their way through. Will it be? We already know Jessica Jones. Let's hope she doesn't pop anybody's head off. And then, will Luke Cage?
Luke Cage, maybe.
I bet.
Or Iron Fist.
I'd like to see Danny Rand show up too. Yeah, I mean, all those. I mean, the thing is, okay, all those Netflix ones. And here's the thing: I would say that to people kind of offended, clutching their pearls, whatever. About the language. This has always been a dark comic book about a guy who's on a vengeance mission. He's just a smidge above the Punisher, who goes out and just kills people because he knows that the cops aren't going to do what they need to do. And this, so I mean, the whole premise of this is built upon a very dark place that someone has went because things didn't work the way they're supposed to, the way the system was designed. And this is someone who works in the system. He knows that the system is failing. So he's doing what he's got to do to make sure justice is served, just like Superman did, or but with less colorful language. But I mean, this is a guy who's not world altering powers. He's got certain skill set that was given to him by a very basically a sadistic teacher so that he could defeat assassins, ninjas, and he's pretty badass. And I'm just going to tell you, I am there for it.
Yeah, I will clutch my pearls because I think that alienates some part of the audience, which I really don't want them to. So definitely, though, this is a great series. It was the first season. Let's hope it continues on in the second season. So definitely check it out. All right, that's it for us this week. And we definitely will be back with a full plate next week. We have The Bluff, Pretty Lethal. We might do They Will Kill You. And we're going to wrap up Paradise for the season, which is pretty fantastic. So we definitely have a lot going on. Today was a No Kings protest, and I hope you were able to participate. I got a chance to drive by and see them. It was very, very cool. David, got any final words for us?
Well, I just want to wish everybody a great week. It's cherry blossom season in our nation's capital. So if you're around the area, pretty in pink there. So enjoy that. If you're like me and are allergic to those monstrous white death little things, look at that cup. Stay indoors, but enjoy the spring, and y'all be safe. We'll see you next week.
Pat, final words.
Everybody just stay safe. Fuck ICE, and there you go.
And we'll see you next time. Take care. Support the Constitution. Bye. Yep. No kids.